What's up, guys? My name's Jamal Socorro.
My name's Duran Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for lifu. This is episode 10, the Big 1-0.
The Big 1-0, the Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
As some people would call it.
We are hitting double digits up until now. We're hitting double digits, and it's been about 10 weeks since we've started.
It's been exactly 10 weeks since we started. Considering, well, we've been committing to doing this every single week because, you know, I mean, it's a fun thing. We both enjoy it.
Right.
And, you know, not only are there, I guess there's not that many anime podcasts out there, but, I mean, it's just fun to talk about it.
Yeah.
And we'd like to be able to chat with you guys more, like, you know, more of a more interaction. I'm doing the hand wavy between so that you can't see.
Right. Insert hand wave.
But yeah, we'd like to interact with you guys more. So make sure you follow us on Twitter. We are at Wannabeaboo on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube, which is, you know, Wannabeaboo Cast. We're also on Stitcher. We're on iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio.
Yeah, that's really recent.
Really recent. I'm forgetting one. And Patreon. We're also on Patreon. Also Wannabeaboo. Or no, WBA.
Yeah, it's the Patreon is the patreon.com/WBA.
There we go.
Find us on that. The rewards are all set. If you anything helps us out. I mean, whether it's $1 or anything else in between.
Right.
We greatly appreciate it, and we will thank you live on our podcast for those who do. Mm-hmm. And not only that, we've kept our promise from the last podcast by actually putting out the reward of, you know, $10,000, and Duran here will come and visit you, and we will use a lot of that money to hang out with you wherever where you may be, except for dangerous hotspot places.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as much as we want to spread the anime love, you know,
the joy,
that love does make us fragile.
Very fragile.
Very, very fragile, and I would like to, but you will still get a very large shout out, and so if you are in one of those places, but not necessarily by your choice, we will figure out something.
Yeah. Well, one thing I actually added to that we didn't mention before is
what? If
we actually do visit you, when we do actually visit you, we're also going to do a small mini podcast over there, just so that we can get, you know, we'll do a small podcast there, and then we'll splice it into the following week's podcast, just to like give a chirp review of all that.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
But again, only if you're really willing to. We're not really expecting anyone to cash out $10,000 like that.
Oh, man.
But
if you do, we know that you
care a lot for some reason,
and hey, we appreciate it.
But realistically, anything you guys want to, anything from $1 to whatever, anything from there, we will be grateful, and we'll provide you with every weekly content as best we can by bringing the best topics and anything else in between.
Even if they're not the best topics and you just want to hear us talk about nothing.
I mean, if you want to criticize about that, then you might as well just follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, just come and yell at us. We're ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna care, but Duran he'll do his thing.
Yeah, we'll get a little heated. That's fine. I'm ready. But yeah, how have you been this week, Jamal?
This week? Quite busy, actually. Besides work and all that,
yeah.
You know, I'm in a small dance crew and all that, and this is like the last kind of free week when it comes to getting practice done. And
right, you definitely are hitting the wire from what you've told me.
Yeah, so that's. I'm just glad to be able to rest up and not move around because I'm already on my feet 8 hours a day at work. Plus, I gotta go to like dance practice right after that, so it's not something I wanna, you know, constantly keep doing. So it's nice to have those rest days.
I don't envy you one bit. Not at all.
Not at all.
But I mean,
how about you, Jordan? How was your week so far?
Not too bad. I got the confirmation. Well, yeah, essentially the confirmation that I will be working with you.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
You get the phone call?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So they're doing my background check.
How long is it gonna be?
They said about 10, like 8 to 10 business days, business weeks. Jesus Christ.
2 months.
Business days.
Business days. Okay. Well, that's great. Oh my god. Because actually, my supervisor was talking to me about that. If you got a phone call yet, because apparently they don't know. Oh, I think only Rod knows, but not Carlos.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So we'll hopefully we won't get sick of each other.
I mean, we've been doing this for 10 weeks straight, once a week. I think we would have done so. I'm already sick of you. Yeah. I've known you for years. I mean, so
yeah, true.
This is more of a tolerance thing.
Tolerance. You're right.
This is a tolerance thing.
I mean, let's be honest. We tolerate ourselves too.
Yeah, that's true. I look in the mirror and I'm like,
fuck that person.
Yeah, exactly. It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. So this week it's
a bit special this week for anime, isn't it?
Pretty special. One, again, because it's our 10th episode. So we wanted to talk a little bit about the channel and, you know, what we expect of it and whatnot.
And also podcasts and plans and all that.
But there's also the new season rolling in.
Yep. Last season's gone and rolling in the new spring season, even though here in Chicago it's still snowing.
Yeah, we
get some new anime to warm ourselves up to.
Right. And a lot of them do definitely look like they're gonna give you the warm fuzzies.
We can start off with the basics, like the big ones everyone's waiting for, like Hero for what?
Third season of My Hero, yeah.
Yep, third season of My Hero Academia.
Super excited to see that animated. I'm currently pretty caught up in the manga, but
I've been holding it back from reading the manga just because like I knew it was coming. It was like months before, but
yeah,
you know, I kind of want to. I'm just doing the whole waiting and then getting my own fresh step into it.
Well, just to let you know, the manga is way ahead. I think this season's hitting the All for One arc, which is like
massive, or
it's very important.
Okay.
Because you get to see All Might's big bad.
Right. Is that All for One or One for All?
So All Might has the power One for All.
Okay, I was confused the two.
And his villain has the power All for One.
Yeah. Okay.
If you listeners, if you didn't realize, that is a on purpose, because that is a play on whatever that phrase is. All for one, one for all.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the whole phrase, really.
It's the whole phrase.
And then just cut in two into powers and crap. And
their powers are essentially represented. I'm not going to spoil what All for One's powers are, but there's a few details of All Might's One for All power that I'm a little shaky on because I'm not sure, but they did explain it already. That One for All does it essentially just amasses power throughout every generation of people that has it. It's literally, hey, here's all my strength, just add it to yours, and then so on, and it just keeps building up. And I guess essentially someone will become practically invincible at a point because there'll be like 6 billion people all at once.
Yeah, right. That's gonna be some load.
Yeah.
To carry on, because Deku is only like 6 generations of One for All, something like that.
I think so. I think it's 6.
Okay.
Well, I think you also have to factor in that the people that had the power had their own powers, and I think the thing I'm shaky on, I'm not sure if that's carried over with it.
Okay.
So
I mean, it doesn't show any indication of any previous power owners.
Right.
So besides the usual like All Might strength.
I mean, it could be someone had super strength, or someone had fucking. I mean, air pressure thing. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know too much of the extent of All Might's abilities besides the usual. He's just 100%. He can be 100% when it comes to brute.
Yeah.
Brute crap. Brute shit.
But one for All's or All for One. Fuck. I'm getting confused now. His enemy has a different spin on it, but I won't spoil that because I know that because I read the manga, and they'll get to it in the anime. Yeah.
For those of you who have read the manga, you know what he's talking about. For those not, you have to wait till. Is it this week? Yeah, probably this week.
I would imagine it's coming out this week. If not this week, then definitely next week.
Mm-hmm. But let's move on a bit. One thing I was surprised about, Steins Gate.
Yeah.
I mean, Steins Gate 0, based off of the new game that came out, Steins Gate 0, which I was even also surprised about that they're even still pumping out Steins Gate in general.
Well, it's because they technically have this whole universe that they've been... quote unquote universe, this weird timeline that's been split into 6 billion things.
Yeah.
Kind of universe building.
Like the multiverse and all that.
It's kind of their multiverse thing where I think Steins Gate was the very first. So the very first Steins Gate was the first thing, and then everything else just kind of branched off because time shit.
So like, because from what I'm aware of, this Steins Gate 0 is the events after Steins Gate. But is it going to be like a different world line, or is it the same world line?
It's a different world line. So the whole plot of the first one was them diverging from their time and then getting lost in time. So them trying to find their way back to their original timeline, or the main character is, but time's not. You don't.
Time is relative.
You don't fuck with time.
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, that relatively. I don't think the relative. Why can I say that?
Relativity.
That one. I don't think that plays a part. It's more just like
a lot of things.
Like literally, just small, minute things are different in this timeline. For I guess it's a spoiler, but like the Steins Gate is old. Fuck
yeah, I mean, it's a good aged anime.
So for example, one of the characters is a trap. Originally, in the original timeline.
Hence a girl.
Hence, yeah.
Oh, no, it's a boy, but it's very feminine.
He was a boy, but is extremely feminine.
Yes.
And he wants to be a girl.
Mm-hmm.
But, instead of just, I'm just going to get corrective surgery. Hey, can you go back, send a text message back in time and let my mom know to eat more vegetables so I can become a girl? So
I wonder if that's an actual thing.
Huh?
I wonder if that's an actual thing.
I don't know. But that's what they used.
Yeah.
So he sent the text and it warped the timeline and made him a girl.
Yeah.
So But
it's not the original. It's a different world completely.
It's a completely right. It's completely different. The only difference is that his mom ate more vegetables,
and that's where the split happened.
That's where the split happened.
And then new world, same world but different details.
Just slightly different details, and that's essentially carried over throughout his whole adventure.
Yeah.
And it gets pretty feelsy. But I think that's
really
it
does. For you was
well,
it
it wasn't like cry feelsy.
Okay, but it was just intense, like emotionally.
It was pretty intense, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So where one thing might have been solved with at the end of Steins Gate,
right?
Another problem showed up at the very end, and that was discussed in one of the movies, and then I believe.
Oh yeah, I remember watching that movie.
Yeah,
that's the one where I mean, it's in the synopsis, but Okebe disappeared, right?
Yeah.
Like something happened, it resulted in him not existing anymore. Something like that.
Sort of, yeah.
Or at least
he was. I don't want to. Yeah, sort of. And then this one, I believe, the female lead, they can't get the female lead to survive.
Oh,
because in the very first episode of Steins Gate, she was supposed to die, but then something happened.
Yeah, but she wasn't the initial target in the first season.
Right,
she wasn't. It was
whatever. I forget what her name was, but she was the target because she kept dying.
So in this case, it's I have her Figma actually. Krisu.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So she's a target in Zero then?
I think she is. No, she was a target. That got solved.
Okay.
Oh no! Wait, no. I have it mixed up. Kurisu.
I think
the main heroine, red hair.
Right.
She is the main target of Steins Gate 0, I believe. Actually, you know what? The synopsis is literally right in front of me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I just don't fucking
read. We don't read. We assume.
Oh, wait, no, this one's different.
Oh, is it?
Oh, this is different.
So we just completely went off the rails on the explanation.
Yeah, all right. So Steins Gate 0 is a whole other plot that this doesn't necessarily pertain to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
My bad.
It does go after. It does come after though.
It does come after. Yes, so it's a side story, but it does. It's a 23 episode side story.
Oh, jeez, 23.
Yeah.
Wow, they're really going for the 2 core line here. All right. That's cool. That's cool.
Another exciting one is Tokyo Ghoul.
I don't know about that one.
Well,
I mean, see,
all right, it was popular enough at
well, the
first.
manga, yes, but it was popular. It was popular enough.
Mm-hmm.
See, I love Tokyo Ghoul.
Shit.
Oh shit! Mind the mic shaking if you heard that.
Yeah, I dropped my mouse.
But see, the manga was great, and then the first season of Tokyo Ghoul that was amazing as well.
Right, I certainly enjoyed it.
The the second season of Tokyo Ghoul, that was the whole thing with splitting off from the manga and just being completely different. Now Tokyo Ghoul it's its own manga, so I'm hoping they kind of stick to the source material in this one and just be a little bit more faithful.
So it doesn't have anything to do with what happened, or
no, it does. It's
maybe little to do with.
No, it's a continuation. It's
never mind.
Tokyo Ghoul RE is essentially the second season of the manga, and they're animating this one because Tokyo Ghoul is done manga wise,
right?
And RE is the continuation. That's this whole thing with what's her boy's name again? Oh
man. Hiro-kun. That's not his name, but
that's not
generic main character.
Generic name character. Well, it's in RE. He's completely different. As he lost his memories and has now become a Dove agent. That's the basic synopsis of what's gonna happen in RE. And right now he's gonna have an internal conflict with himself
because he's a ghoul,
or
half ghoul.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He's going to have internal conflicts with himself and also at the same time have internal conflicts with the other ghoul that was embedded into him.
Right. She's still there.
From what Martrell told me, another anime weeb friend of ours.
Yep.
He's also black, if that mattered to anyone.
It does.
There's a lot of internal conflict that he goes through, and there's just some back and forth mentally, and I guess it's more of a finding his way story.
Yeah.
And everything else ghoul-wise in between. So I'll check it out.
I'm probably not because I was there for the first. Was it the first half of the first season?
No, just first season.
Oh, the first season. I was there for the first season. I'm like, yeah, this is great. This is cool. Kaneki, that was his name.
Okay, Kaneki.
I'm right there with Kaneki. He's learning how to become a ghoul, even though he hates it. And I'm like, yes, it's great. And then he became super edgy, and I'm like,
It's because he got some black nail polish and started cracking his knuckles essentially he's sort of like what is it? I don't know what to call it really, but he started copying Jason's thing.
Yeah.
So that was.
And I think we've talked about this before in me and edgy characters.
That was actually last week's.
It was you're right. I like edgy characters, but it's just.
Is he like what's this level? What's this level of edgy?
I don't think comparison? He does a monologue.
He does a monologue.
He's just
sad.
He's just disturbed.
Okay.
Because he went through torture, so I understand. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's so much of a departure from his original character that I was 100% behind. It was I can't get behind this person because I don't feel for them.
Well, no, you got a new third.
Essentially, a third character,
third version of Kaneki to get familiar with now.
I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it at some point in time. I just don't know.
And, so I mean, the way he's kind of portrayed, at least from what I understand and what I've seen so far, essentially he's like normal Kaneki, except if he was a Dove agent. So he's more of that Kaneki.
He regressed, but
regressed.
Turn the coin.
Yeah, he's regressed, but he's now a cop essentially.
Okay, fucking, you're right.
He's a ghoul cop now. So it's like two brands. You've got Kaneki, normal Kaneki, and then you have either way. You either turn into an edgy ghoul or into a Dove agent.
Yeah.
So,
I imagine that he might have taken that choice if he never became edgy, or he might have figured something out.
Maybe, probably something. Yeah, if he wasn't picked up by the grandpa first.
Yeah. Maybe.
But then again, that was a cool gang of ghouls.
Yeah, it was.
So.
So next up is so I don't know if we said it, but we're not gonna go over everything because not everything's necessarily interesting.
There's also a lot of stuff.
There's a lot.
So many series. We will link it down, the whole anime list on FromMyAnimeList.com.
Yeah.
We'll link it down below for you to check it out. But we're kind of pointing out the ones where we know and also what we're interested in, seeing and all that.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the list and we kind of skip around, don't don't be too mindful of that, just because like there's only so much time we can record and talk about things without it getting really long.
Trust me, we'd go on forever about all these.
I mean, if anything, our podcast, when we record our podcast, is usually a continuation of a conversation we've had hours beforehand.
Yeah.
So we're doing a favor. We're doing a favor just to just bring up what we want to watch and all that. So moving on.
Next up is the third season of Shogeki no Soma,
also known as Food Wars.
Food Wars,
English title.
Yeah. I don't think I watched the. Yes, I did watch the second season. There was a little in between something.
Like a filler, or
it wasn't. I don't know if it was filler. It was important. It was something.
There's a lot of something.
Like maybe it was like a little OVA or something, but I missed that. And
Probably.
Now I can't watch the third season
because you're not like caught up in a sense.
Actually, saying the second course of the third season.
Okay.
So maybe I missed the first half of the third season.
Maybe.
So there it is.
Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, I gotta keep up with that. But that's a good one. I advise anyone to watch that if they're a foodie.
And I think that's the only reason, really.
I mean, there was etchiness, and then they that was like the hook.
And then now they're really bringing the food signs.
Then that became the new etchy, the food itself. Like, you just want to, like,
you forget the girls, I want the food.
Right, exactly. That's essentially what this anime is.
They transitioned you cleanly throughout that process.
Right, and I certainly appreciate that, because not a lot of animes can do that.
That's true. Next up, though, is Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online.
Right.
Now, for those of you who, quote-unquote, hate on SAO and all that, okay, we get it. We kind of get it.
It's not that great of an anime, but personally, I think it's all right.
Yeah. Same thing with myself. In this case, though, like the title says, this is an alternative story within the same universe of SAO.
Right.
From what I know about it, from the trailer I've also seen with this, it's about a new player.
Right.
A new player that's getting into Gun Gale Online, and good enough. What's good about this specific series is it's coming out at the exact right time of battle royales.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Because this in this version, you know how they have the bullet bullets from
I didn't watch Gun Gale Online.
Okay,
but I didn't.
Essentially, the bullet bullets was sort of like a it's kind of similar to like a tournament style Call of Duty setup.
I think I remember hearing about it.
It's like it's 1v1, and then you kind of branch up, and then at the final, and then in this one, in at least in Bullets of Bullets, by like the final 10 or something, it's a free for all from there.
Okay.
Kind of thing. But in this case, with the new series of the SA Alternative, it's there's a new game mode. What is it called? I forget, but it's some sort of like buddy thing system. But essentially, it's a battle royale update for Gun Gale Online, and it's this character, and she teams up with some other players that she's met online. And
essentially,
all that.
You probably won't see Kirito or any of the rest of the gang, maybe unless it's a cameo.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe even Shinon, because she's the one that's really into Gun Gale Online anyway. But essentially, this is an SAO using the battle royales like PUBG and Fortnite, kind of style with this story setup.
Right.
So I found this really, I kind of found it really nice, and their timing was really good with this with the series, just because battle royales is a thing right now for video games.
Right.
Especially for shooters.
I actually heard a lot of like anime news. Places like Kotaku and a couple other places.
Anime News Network and all that.
Anime News Network and places like that saying that this is essentially going to save the series. I mean, yes, it doesn't have anything to do with like Kirito and
like the title of it? Or like the whole franchise itself?
Just generally the franchise, because one, as you said, is because it's doing the whole Battle Royale thing, which is really popular right now. But it's also... you're getting a fresh look at the idea of the anime, because a lot of people are spoiled on, Kirito's just this herder badass dude, and we've seen him the whole time, and screw that guy in general, because a lot of people just associate everything with
with the character
with the character, and because it was soured at one point, now everything's essentially soured.
Yeah, and that's what caused the divide and all that.
Which generally causes divide, but now that we're getting this whole fresh new look at it, because it's a great idea. Like the Sword Art Online in general is a amazing idea, and it's been done, before by like Dot Hack and Log Horizon.
Yeah.
And it's
really relatable to today's like society, really.
Exactly.
Because VR and all that's a thing.
Right, exactly. So with this new fresh look, they're saying that it's gonna either one, save the series, or just give people a better appreciation for it.
Exactly. Like I think it's more of just people are hating mostly on the characters rather than like the story and aspect of all that.
Right.
So I'm actually really excited for this one. I kind of want to watch this one just because it's different and I like SEO. And I'm always open to like different characters within the same world. Mm-hmm. I mean, essentially that's sort of how Excel World is like, because Excel World is by the same writer. Right. Sure, it's different kind of tech and premise and all that, but
it's the same world, just different
timeline.
It's way further in the future.
Yeah. So
they was it a game or was it an OVA that they actually met?
Game. It was a game.
It was a game. Okay. Yeah. So Kirito and Kirito and gang met the people from Excel World because some bullshit game.
Yeah, so don't let the SEO title stray you away. Yeah. I really we both really think that this is a good different look at SEO as a whole.
Right. So you should definitely give it a second chance. Mm-hmm. So next up is the fourth season of High School DxD.
Oh man. They did change their art style, right?
They did. Yeah.
Okay, because I watched the trailer. I watched the trailer and like this seems very cute.
Yeah.
Like, but not too moe blobby, but it's. I feel like they kind of they kind of refined a little bit,
Yeah, they I guess they had to hand it to another art studio. But High School DxD has its fans.
Have you kept? Is that including you?
I need to watch the third season.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been keeping up with it.
Actually, when was the last time it came out? The third season.
Ooh, that's an excellent question. Let me check real quick.
Because when I saw High School DxD, I felt that I was surprised because it's been a while since I even ran into High School DxD in general. Mm-hmm. So maybe like a year or two, something like that.
Oh shit! There was a fucking OVA. I gotta watch that too.
Oh really?
So the whoa, what?
Well, is there more you gotta keep up with now?
There's a lot of shit here that I'm not ready. God damn. All right, so the official second episode aired in 2015.
Okay. Oh, so it has been a while.
Yeah.
3 years. Jesus.
April 4th, actually. So this is kind of a.
This is today of this recording. It's exactly 3 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, today's the 5th.
Oh.
Yesterday.
Exactly 3 years in a day.
Yeah.
It's been at least 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So wow.
Yeah. So,
it has been a while.
I mean, it's not. I don't know if it's out yet. I don't remember seeing it on Crunchyroll.
High School of the Dead.
Yeah.
I mean, High School DxD.
That's never gonna get a sequel.
No, not at all. I don't even think the manga's gonna continue.
Well, it's because the writer died.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did, didn't they?
And I mean, I don't think.
Sorry to bring the mood down a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I mean, someone else died today. Yesterday.
Who?
He's the CEO, president
of
Studio Ghibli.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he died. It was either today or yesterday. So, sorry to sour that mood on, especially after talking about High School DxD, because that's not necessarily a great transition. Like, from boner to no boner.
Like, you got something going, like, yeah.
You're right.
Man.
But High School DxD, it continues its shenanigans. I think, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but like it's getting harder and harder to deal with like harem animes for some reason.
Is it harem or is it ecchi or is it both?
No, it's definitely just harem. I love I will always love my ecchi.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But
well, is it back to your philosophy about the whole pleasuring everybody thing or satisfying everybody?
Yeah. Cuz I don't know, that started to that grates on me. But then there's this character who's like, yes, I want to fuck everything. Like, yes, this guy's great. No, it's not so much like, oh, I'm gonna spread my love. It's his plan, like his own plan. He's just not because he's being wrapped up in something. No, he wants to be the harem king.
Yeah,
and he's doing what it's kind of falling into his lap. No pun intended. But
yeah,
it's falling into his lap, but it's what he wants. It's
right.
not something being forced upon him.
Uh-huh.
And that makes me happy because you can kind of get behind him.
That's true, yeah.
But I'm definitely going to be checking out the third season relatively soon so I can watch this one because the new art style does look nice.
A little bit more refined.
Yeah.
Up next here, I know you've been excited for this one.
Oh, I'm real excited for it. Persona 5, boys and girls. Fucking 24 episodes by A1. That style is going to be oozing. And I can't
get some
wait.
smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz.
You like jazz?
Yeah, like.
You like dead memes?
Yeah, like dead memes. It's never that. Let's be honest, that's never gonna die.
That movie's been dead by the time it came out.
Yeah.
But then we brought it back with our mediocrity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to do what we can to appeal to the kids.
Is that how it goes? Okay.
So yeah, look out for that. That should be coming out either
this week or next week.
Actually, I just realized it does say when it's gonna air.
Oh, does it?
It's gonna air on the 8th.
Yeah, there you go. So next week.
Yep.
Next week of the recording of this podcast.
Actually, hold on. We should probably jump back real quick and say what days everything's gonna air.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. So going back real quick, My Hero Academia is gonna air on the 7th.
So, yep, this coming. So mind you, at the recording, the recording. By the time you get this podcast, it'll already be out. Actually, everything, all the first episodes will be out.
I mean, unless there's some different between the Japanese airing and
24 hours.
Oh no, this should be for the Crunchyroll because this My Anime List is, I believe, linked to Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it should be
because you can watch
a day early if you have a subscription.
Well, yeah,
to
you can get it a day early if you have a
Crunchyroll. That's what it is because it's the whole. We're on those subscribers are in Japan time because of the time difference and all that.
Right.
So these are accurate though. It is accurate.
Okay. Steins Gate Zero is coming out on the 12th. Tokyo Ghoul Re is already out.
Mm-hmm.
Came out on the 3rd. Food Wars is coming out on the 9th. The new Sword Art Online is coming out on the 8th. High School DxD is coming out on the 10th. And like we said, Persona 5 is coming out on the 8th. Can't fucking wait.
I'll cover this one because I actually know this.
I have no idea what this is.
The next one on the list here is a Wotu. Excuse my terrible Japanese, but it's Wotaku ni Koi wa Muzukashi. English title is I do not know first, but
it will go on.
But essentially, this is
it's difficult to love an otaku.
There we go. Difficult to love an otaku. Basic premise is it's an office rom-com. Mm-hmm. Essentially, that's what it is. This is based off of the manga series that is currently out right now. I've read and caught up to a certain point, and it's a real relaxed show, or it's a real relaxed.
The synopsis is cute.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I like that.
So, this is a really relaxing series to get into.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly just watching the two main characters kind of just really get to know each other emotionally as well. So, I would recommend it if you like nice little office rom-coms.
If you liked what is it? We talked about it before.
Is it our opening Server Next Service?
No.
Oh,
I mean, it kind of mixes with that. I was going to say Server Next Service mixed with this other anime. The neat one, she was a...
To Date an MMO Junkie?
Yeah, To Date an MMO Junkie. So essentially just fuse those two animes.
There we go.
Anime.
It's a really cute series.
Yeah.
Just one of those Sunday shows that you can just watch.
I'm probably gonna check that out because it does seem really cute. Don't know what Devil's Line is.
Oh, I know this one too. 3D Kanojo, Real Girl, sort of. What is it?
I think I remember hearing about this one.
I think I saw a trailer of it.
Yeah. The main character's in, he's not the main character. She is, I think she's a gal, or she's just a regular girl. I don't remember. And he's a hardcore, gaming otaku.
He also doesn't like girls.
He only likes 2D.
Yeah. So he's a 2D over 3D kind of guy.
Right. And everyone mocks him because he's like creepy and whatnot. But she's his only friend, I think.
It seems like it's a coming of age story where like maybe he might consider this girl to be his first 3D girlfriend. From what it says in the source.
Oh, so yeah, she's a gal.
Okay.
All gals have been pretty
like a thing recently.
A thing, yeah. For those that don't know, a gal is aka a gyaru. Gyaru?
Yeah, gyaru by the Japanese language.
Is essentially like, because it's a little different from the way Americans portray it. So the closest thing that we have are kind of like the popular girls that are like
just, well, I mean, like,
always on their phone, gossiping with each other, kind of being mean to
very
people.
mean girls, like
very mean girls, like, but add on like
outdated trends.
Kind of add on outdated outdated trends, like super heavy. Some have like super duper heavy makeup, tan,
bright colored hair,
super bright colored hair, nails, those leg warmers,
jewelry, right?
Jewelry. I mean, that's one style of it, but it's generally in Japan it's seen as something kind of slutty.
Yeah. Like it's like way too free spirited, so in a way.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
I mean, technically the gal concept is outdated, even in anime standards.
It is,
but it still can be used today just because it's a entertaining character type.
Right. And
because it's almost like tsundere? Some of them are mean.
Not really, because you can have a gal that's really into whoever they're into, and they'll be lovey-dovey. But it's that
mean factor.
It's usually the gals that we've had in anime recently. So, for example, my girlfriend is a gal that came out 2-3 seasons ago. There was another one, Citrus.
Oh yeah, Citrus.
They are kind of tsundere-ish, but it's like, how do I explain it?
Oh, there was another one. It was a one where it was like this gal character helps out everyone. Like, I completely forgot the name of it, but it was one of those 5-minute short series. Go on though. I'll look it up, but go on.
So yeah, it's essentially like it can be tsundere, but at the same time, it's like almost a realistic version of it. Like, if anything, gals are like the most like kind of realistic character type. That's, I don't want to say the most, but it's a pretty realistic character type that's being portrayed, where they're essentially pretty normal. They're just more free with what they do and who they like. And sometimes that can be portrayed a little tsundere.
So like they're kind of like rebels in a way.
They're kind of like rebels. But it honestly, you can't. It's hard to just peg it down, but you can almost immediately recognize the character type. Most of the ones that are becoming characters obviously have more depth to them than the ones that are just kind of shown as side characters, because they're usually just kind of like what some people would consider like bitchy and like slutty or promiscuous or whatever. But usually when they're presented as a main character, they obviously have more depth to them than just being under those stereotypes. I don't know what this other one is. Don't know what it is. It's called Tadakun wa Koi wo Shinai.
Oh, that one. That one is see. Okay, okay. Let me back up first.
Yeah.
That's the title for that. The English title is Tadakun does not want to fall in love. Yeah, something like that. But despite what the title says, it's actually a romance story of these two characters that meet each other. It's very generic in a sense on paper, but it's a guy and a girl. They both meet for the first time, and then they both realize that they love each other, but they haven't really said it out yet. They haven't really said it, but they both realize they love each other. They love the other person.
So this looks like it's gonna be super duper like.
It's really romantic, and I love it. I like man, I think it's an original series written by the same people that did Nozaki-kun, Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun.
Wait, I've heard of that.
That's the one with the mangaka
student.
Yeah. Yeah, they actually use a lot of the same voice actors.
They also did Plastic Memories.
Oh yeah.
And
that's a series that
and Umar-chan.
Very wide range.
And Yuri. And New Game.
Wow.
And Gabriel Dropout and 11 Eyes. Myself, Yourself. GJ Boo.
There you have it.
Wow.
They got a really wide range here.
They really do. Wow. Huh.
I don't know. See, I don't know if we'll get flagged for this, but I want to show you a trailer of this, Jerron.
What? No, we're definitely gonna get flagged for it. Because remember, so our very first episode,
the pilot,
I think it was the pilot.
Yeah, it was the pilot.
We showed audio and video from this one anime that Jamal wanted me to look at, and we got flagged. We got copyright flagged by some place. I don't know what it was called. Something weird, actually. But I looked it up, and a lot of people had problems with it. But I mean, that's because, again, we're new to the whole YouTube game. We're not super privy on how all that stuff works. We're learning, which is why we had to find a slight remix version of Maybe Help You from Servant Service.
Yeah.
And why our
ending
and a remix version of our ending.
Yeah. Well, see, I think one of the problems is because we actually use real footage. What I want to show you is a trailer too.
I think a trailer should be fine.
Yeah, trailer is fine
because that's public.
People do it all the time, really. Too.
Yeah. All right. I mean, so are you gonna put it into the?
Yeah, they're gonna hear it too.
All right, so you're gonna what? Just hear it? Didn't last time we do it where they could see it?
Well, yeah. If you actually,
if you're watching it on YouTube, you'll be able to watch it.
Actually, you can also watch. You can actually watch the video too. Sometimes, you can actually watch it on iTunes. All of our stuff everywhere else is video.
Oh,
is also video. So if you wanted to watch it, you can.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was all listening.
Because I mean, I format our podcast to also video as well. So for those listening, just be mindful that we are playing the trailer for Tada-kun Will Not Fall in Love. This is the recent anime we just mentioned.
Yeah.
All right, here we are. If it plays.
Maybe.
There we go.
最初の印象は変なやつかな。
Because she's from Luxembourg.
侍みたいな人です。
Because she's racist.
その笑顔がなぜか懐かしくて。
言葉は少なかったけど、優しい人だと分かりました。
Oh, she's a cutie.
偶然の出会いが。
想像すらしていなかった突然の出会いが。
いつしか。
いつの間にか。気がついたら私は
He's a photographer.
俺は
So Jomel's self-inserting real hard right now.
恋をしていた。
俺は
私は
この恋を一生忘れない。
Oh, they just flagged the ending. They said never forget to love Jomel.
Also, look at this. This is some promotional art for it. So we can already tell the social status of where these characters come from.
Right.
We got aspiring dreamer here, and we got a princess.
Yeah, from Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Does Luxembourg even do
the whole royalty
hierarchy?
Thing?
That kind of hierarchy. What is it?
Monarchy.
Monarchy.
Yeah. I don't know actually. That could be something we can look up.
I don't know, but it does look like a genuine romance. But they flagged the end already.
Why you think there's gonna be some sort of conflict that'll just?
Well,
like,
something's gonna happen, and they're gonna like.
They're gonna do comic wave it, so like 5 centimeters per second.
I swear to God, if it's like that, I'm gonna be so upset.
Now, the reason why I specifically put this trailer specifically in here is just because this is like the only series so far that's original that I've been excited for upcoming in 2018 spring wise. So it's been a while since I got like a good original romance series to watch.
Yeah.
And I'm always appreciative of all the other romance series that comes out, but sometimes it's always nice to discover something and then get involved, get invested in it. So, the episode this is supposed to air at it's actually supposed to air today of this recording, April 5th.
Yeah.
So I am gonna go watch it, and I'm gonna start and see where this goes. What it's gonna be what. Actually, it doesn't even say how many episodes it is. It's a question mark according to the site.
Yes, I'm looking at I'm gonna look at Crunchyroll real quick. But go on.
Yeah, but
Shit.
it's an original it's an original series that I'm excited for, and I actually in accordance to this series, it's written by the same guy that also wrote Gekkan Shoujo Noisaki-kun, and I love that series to death. It's not so much the romance part, but just the what is it? The slice of lifeness of it. I mean, it's a rom-com, but it's one of those things where you can just genuinely enjoy all the characters.
Maybe it's because I'm not seeing it, but I don't want to burst your bubble, but I don't see it.
Oh, maybe it's not on Crunchyroll. I must find. Maybe it's on Netflix.
It could be on Netflix.
I do
Netflix, Verve, Funimation. I don't know if Funimation will have it because they usually only do their own animes, don't they?
Usually, but Funimation has a partnership with Crunchyroll.
That's true.
So they're. I mean, especially with live stuff, I'm sure they're gonna.
Someone has it.
Someone has it, but I'll find it. But that's what I'm looking forward to. Maybe even after the podcast, I'll probably look into it and see if I can find an episode.
The next one kind of has me excited. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I think I am, just because it's fucking hilarious. It's called Maho Shoujo Ore, which literally translates to, or I don't know about literally. I'm not skilled in these things, but I think it translates to Maho Shoujo or Magical Girl Boy, because like I don't know what the deeper plot line is. I don't really care. It's just the premise of there's these two girls. Whatever shit they got going on. They have to become magical girls to save some guy that boy band guy that they like.
All right, standard fare.
But their magical quote unquote girl transformations are these just big buff dudes.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, so they turned into
in the frilly outfit and everything, and it's fucking hilarious.
So that's their actual transformation, like the buff dudes is part of the transformation.
Yes.
Oh,
that's what
Lord.
they become, and that makes me happy.
Oh dear Lord,
that's gonna be hilarious.
I might check that one out. It's on Crunchyroll right now.
Right.
I don't know if it's the first two, but there's an episode out already on Crunchyroll.
It actually it says it aired March 25th.
Oh, so we're definitely at least 2 or 3 episodes in.
Right.
Maybe 2.
I don't. I'm gonna look at it real quick, but I have a feeling that we're not 100% caught up with the Japanese one, because remember they still have to sub it.
Yeah, only
that still takes time.
Because I don't know how Crunchyroll does their process with that, being the official streaming and all that.
All right, so there's 2 episodes out.
Okay, at the time of this podcast, 2 episodes are out.
Yeah. So 25th was last week actually. So yeah, that makes sense. Wait. Yeah. So there should be 2 episodes. Never mind. Okay. I'm wrong. This is, again, one of those few times where I admit that I'm wrong.
The only 2 times you'll admit you're wrong. No, maybe more.
I mean, probably more. I'm like I said before, I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. I don't know what the next 2 are. You might know what the one after this. What is it? Golden Kamui.
I do not actually.
You don't?
I do not know what this one is.
I don't know, it looked right up your alley. It's called Ging. Oh my God! Hold on. No. I'm just gonna look for the English title. I'm not even gonna try. The Legend of the Galactic Heroes: The New Thesis Encounter.
That sounds so nerdy, but then again, who am I to judge?
I mean, it's one of those shows for the people that like those. I'm not one of them.
It looks pretty cool. It's very sci-fi.
It looks like
spacey.
extremely sci-fi. Yeah.
I'll check it. I'll check the first episode out. Apparently, that first episode already came out because it came out in Japan April 3rd.
Right.
So I'll probably check that one out.
Well, remember, Jomo, you got to give everything the first 3 episodes.
The first 3 episode rule.
Yeah.
I usually give it the first 5 episodes because sometimes
when you're already halfway through the show, then
I mean,
in some cases.
But how about 4 then? Because sometimes, again, when I first watched Children of the Whales, I didn't expect it to go. I didn't expect it to go 0 to 100 by episode 3.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So sometimes things will catch you off guard if you don't go past a certain if you don't go past a certain amount of episodes.
Right.
So, I mean, I'll check it out though, regardless.
This next one's a really pleasant surprise.
Oh yeah, right.
Full Metal Panic's getting a 3rd season.
And how many years has it been? We talked about this,
yes,
right?
it's been a while. This is Full Metal Panic is an old ass anime.
I mean,
well, I guess not that old, but
I mean,
it's old.
it's got that classic it's got that classic sticker to it because it's it came out in the early 2000s, something
2005
like
is the 2nd season.
Jesus Christ! So that's been more than 10 years.
Yeah,
so 13 years. 13 years since that last season.
Yeah.
My lord.
Wait, no, actually, I think no. The way it works is
what works?
Fuck, which one is it? Because it goes. Oh, that's a side. So technically, I think this is a 3rd season. Yeah. So technically, that one's the 3rd season.
Oh, really?
Because there was the very first season that aired way back then.
Right.
In
05?
No, before that. So probably 2002 maybe.
Okay.
And then there was Fumofu, which was a whole side thing, but that was 12 episodes.
Okay.
And then Second Raid came out, which is the actual 2nd season.
And then this one would be
this is the
3rd
official 3rd season, but technically the 4th season.
Okay, by what's been coming out.
Yeah.
By what's been coming out standard.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
okay.
It's I think they're keeping. I can't really see the characters, but I think they're gonna keep the. I think they're keeping the old art style.
I would assume so, because that's some continuity that I wouldn't be able to deal with too too well.
Especially since it's been so long.
Yeah, right. I mean, the art style in general changes after years.
Right.
Are they keeping the same voice actors and actresses?
That I think so. They would have to. All right, I guess they wouldn't have to, but
it would be nice.
It would help.
Yeah, keep things in canon, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Right. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Same
right.
ones.
Well, if you guys are fans of Full Metal Panic, then this year is the year to get back into it because they're back.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna watch it because I love Full Metal Panic. Again, normally I don't like mechs, but there's something about this one. Something about it, and maybe it's because the mechs aren't the full focus; it's the romance.
Yeah, it's a rom-com with some mech elements.
And yeah, it gets pretty serious and heated a lot, but otherwise it's not chill, but it's good.
Oh, the next one here is called Mahou Shoujo Side. I actually saw the trailer for this one.
I have no idea what this is.
This one is another kind of skewed spin on Mahou Shoujos.
Oh boy.
From the trailer itself, the trailer explains that I guess I believe it's an all girls school, but you got students in middle school doing their thing, and then what is it? Something happens with like some sort of magical girl, and now everyone. Well, okay. For one thing, the main character is a target for bullying in general, and
she gets bullied at home she gets physically abused by her brother when she's at home. Otherwise, she's bullied at school.
And then
and she's bullied at school.
Yeah, so very sad character type. And then one day she happens to get granted some powers, and shit goes down real quick. Like there's attempted murder and all that. There's lots of yelling in the trailer, and little girl is trying to choke out another little girl.
Yeah,
and
I'm kind of excited because I do like the gritty. I love the idea of the gritty magical girl.
Yeah, because it's so polarizing.
It's really polarizing
from its original source.
That's why I absolutely fell in love with Madoka Magica when I first saw it. Like, goddamn, like that when that third episode hit, and I'm like, whoa,
Things got real.
Things got real.
So
real, yeah.
that's something I'm sort of excited about just because the trailer kind of hooked me in. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, this is another one of those. Let's see where this goes, and hopefully it's not too bad of a blood.
Oh no!
Bloodbath.
Come on, Jamal. It's like it's not even giving you like that cute cushion at first. It's just throwing you right on the fucking ground.
That's true. It's like this is the dirt where you belong.
Exactly.
Not like, hey, come here for a second. Boom. No.
Exactly.
It's straight in there. I mean, the trailer went straight in there too, so I was more surprised. I was like, man, this is.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Or not.
It
might just be scarring.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Are you familiar with this next one?
Nope, not at all.
Oh.
This one looks super edgy, so I might watch it. Oh my god, look at that! He has like, no, they have like trench coats and stuff. Oh no! Oh man!
Is this something you're excited about?
Oh, I'm probably gonna watch like the first couple episodes.
See where that goes.
See where it goes. This looks fucking, man. It's called. Hold on, let me give you that English title because I'm not gonna embarrass myself by attempting Japanese.
We already embarrassed ourselves more than enough.
You're right.
So.
Dances with the Dragons.
Even that sounds like an edgy name.
It's already out. First episode's out.
Nice.
I'm gonna check that out later on. Actually, wait. That doesn't make sense. The first episode's out, but it's supposed to air tomorrow.
We are the future?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's because the
time difference?
Time difference, yeah.
Yeah. So after that one, next one is Megalobox, which
I'm super
is
excited for this one.
This is interesting because it's weird.
Yeah.
It really is weird. I saw the trailer for it some weeks ago, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about like Metal Gear boxing.
Oh, this is gonna be fucking rad. That's what it's gonna be.
It's guys in exosuits just boxing,
literally destroying each other. Like, there's no way someone like this isn't like a one punch kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why go through the extent of having exosuits?
This makes it more exciting.
Does it? Possible death?
Yes. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is all underground. Yeah. Fixed boxing. So, yeah, this guy named Junk Dog.
That's a cool last name already.
It is. Participates in mixed boxing matches in an underground ring in order to live. That's fucking cool.
Man.
Oh, man, that's so cool. I'm ready.
Like next generation boxing right
Next
here.
generation boxing. Essentially, a couple news sources were saying that this is just reawakening the boxing genre after Hajime Ippo.
Oh, that's...
Because there really hasn't been...
any boxing anime?
Other than that one.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any other boxing anime other than Hajime Ippo.
Yeah, and even if there are, it's probably so under the radar.
Yeah.
That you'd have to probably look for it.
You definitely have to look for it.
But maybe this could spark more interest into that genre.
Oh, I'm super excited. Because, I mean, just from the trailers, they looked super well polished.
Right.
And I'm... like, my dick will explode to, like, really well animated fight scenes. Like
mechanically, like, strong men
just
hitting each other with mechanical fists.
Fuck me crap. Up right now. So I'm super excited for that.
Moving on, we've got 3 here that I have no idea are.
I think the rest of these are just kind of... I mean, there's 2 in particular that I want to...
You can point it out, sure, go ahead.
Hit on. So the first being Uma Musume.
Oh yeah, the horse girl one.
Pretty Derby is based on the mobile game. Don't tell me that.
Yeah, it is. Because when I actually got my first taste of this as a trailer back some months ago, and it was essentially just like that first opening scene where the girls are kind of like running the track and all that. And I found out it was a mobile game. Like, oh wow, this is a game. And I didn't think anything of it, but
There's
then
thousands of dollars sunken in by a bunch of poor bastards.
yeah, probably. And now it's turned into an anime.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things have happened. What was it?
You're looking at me thinking I know what you're thinking.
That one that's a pop. It's the other popular one that's not Fate Go.
Idolmaster?
No.
Idolmaster? Well, no.
No, it was a fantasy style.
Oh.
Kind of.
Well, Love Live was originally also a mobile game.
Well, no one likes Love Live.
I love Love Live.
Fuck you.
There's a we are called the Love Livers, and we will stand our own. See, unfortunately, Love Live has saved, has been the only thing saving. What is it? Bandai, not Gundam. That's the unfortunate thing.
I'm sorry, Bandai. It's just idle anime. It doesn't do it.
It doesn't do it for you.
I mean, my first independent exposure to it was Idolmaster.
Oh,
and it was like
you got real gritty, but Idolmaster is one of those very serious. It's very serious as a show.
Yeah, but it was like
it was cute though.
It was cute. I didn't finish it, but like, it's just I need more than just
than just girls doing idle things.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm still not clicking here with what mobile game you're talking about.
It's I don't remember what it was called.
What was the premise of it?
It had an anime that was 2-3 seasons ago.
Right.
I'm searching for it now.
Because if it's not Fate Go, and I can't recall. Anything.
The premise was like the main character's name was Gran. He was training in his little village, and all these all these continents were like floating in the sky, and it was all separated by like this cloud sea. And he wanted to get off. He wanted to own his own airship to travel and find his dad. And he meets this girl that's being chased by this empire. Here we go. It's called Grand Blue Fantasy.
Oh,
there we go.
I don't play Grand Blue Fantasy.
Well, I know you don't play it, but it's like
the
anime made the mobile game super popular.
Oh, I didn't know that actually. So I know someone who does play Grand Blue Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
And I was also excited about the anime at the same time. He was one of my work buddies back when I worked security in Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I didn't finish that one. I need to because I was enjoying it. It's just.
Did you play?
No, I refuse to touch those games.
Oh, really? Why?
Because I don't want to spend any money. I know I will.
Well, you're not obligated to spend the money.
You're not obligated.
But if you want to get the ultimate sword blaster 9000, you're gonna.
If you want to get anything, you better pour your life savings into it. Fucking no, I refuse. But so Uma Musume is I guess one of the two anime that are carrying the Monster Girl torch into this season. Because last season was, I guess technically now Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah.
But it was also Killing Bites. If you want to count that. But yeah, so this one's literally just like horse girls racing.
Yeah, I mean it's essentially like a track, it's a sports
track and field anime.
Yeah,
but
track and field.
Instead of just making it normal, they're horse girls.
Yeah, exactly, and they've got horseshoes on their literal shoes.
Yeah, and it's cute.
It is cute. I actually, from what I've watched so far, just scenes and stuff. I like the way how they stylized everything, and it's nice. I like the art style. I like what the studio did with it. Even if it was branched off of a mobile game, they took pretty good care of it to make it look nice.
Megalobox's first episode is out.
Which one is that? What is that?
The boxing one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, sweet. Well, on Crunchyroll?
Yeah.
Ah, that's
also,
sweet.
Also, the Horse Girl one, 2 episodes are out.
I figured, because I've seen those clips. The clips are out, so I'm assuming at least 1 episode is out. Yes.
Did Real Life get rebooted?
No, but I know what they did. They're Real Life. They're doing the whole like showing the final chapters thing animated.
Oh, so it's the second season.
not really second season. They're kind of just putting everything out there. Not a whole lot. It's kind of like what they did with Orimo.
It's 18 episodes.
Is it?
Yeah, it has 18 videos.
Are they? Is it an actual series? Is it the actual series, or is it like a new set of videos?
Okay, so you're right. So there's the original 13 of Real Life, and then there's 4 OVAs.
Okay.
All right.
Don't mind the sidetrack.
That's what that was. Sorry about that. Because Real Life was an anime both of us were pretty into when it was out, which was.
Did you ever read the manga? No.
I forgot about it completely.
Let's see. If I keep going here, there's one. I mean, if you keep going down, the Doreku, the animation. Just read the premise.
Where's Doreku?
Go right from the Uma Musume.
What, Comic Girls?
No.
Oh, the further over. What if you can? Oh boy.
Yeah.
What if you could enslave anyone you ever wanted? Well, this comes close. The SCM lets you enslave anyone who is also wearing an SCM at a price. One must win over the other at the cost of anything in order for the other one to become their slave. So you're bribing each other to become their slave?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
From what I think I've seen like some small like tidbits of it and also some trailers. It's really intense.
Oh, I imagine it.
Like
I
not intense, like
just...
not intense in a bad way, but intense as though it's over the top. Like it's over the top, trying to win each other over.
What if you just said no? What if everyone just said nah?
Well, then that's what makes it worth it.
I guess.
If someone says no, then I will win. You got to win them over. It's turning that no into a yes.
I mean, I guess it's essentially just if you want to learn how to persuade people the anime.
Probably, yeah.
That's effectively what this looks like it's gonna become. Another one that I think is taking the Monster Girl flag here is called Shiyan Pinjiangting.
Why am I not surprised? I saw the trailer for this one too.
I don't know much about it. I didn't see the trailer, but I mean, I'm a fan of Monster Girl, so.
This is a weird one too because they're not necessarily full Monster Girls. Like it's not even half. It's like one of the girls literally just has spider legs coming out of her back. Just the legs.
Let's just be honest. That's enough.
Is it really just...
like I don't know if I can consider myself a full member of the Monster Girl community.
I think you should. I think there's a small bit of us that like Monster Girls, just in different variables and levels.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But it's
the furry scale.
Well,
it's kind of like that, like the furry scale.
I mean, Monster Girls are technically on the furry scale.
Well,
but it's just the
it's which scale though? That's what it is.
Right,
it's sort of that part of the scale thing,
right?
Where you're full on trying to get it on with a slime versus like a slime that looks like a girl.
Yeah.
To
someone that's always wet.
Yeah, essentially. That progressed real quickly, but yeah.
But yeah, so like you said, they're not like full Monster Girls. They just have appendages.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's really more than enough
to satisfy your needs.
To satisfy my needs. It's different, so that's great.
You talked about this one like right before we started the podcast.
Yeah, I did. Because I mean, again, I don't know much about it. It's just it looks like it's gonna be cute. Mm-hmm. It's doesn't have a comedy tag. It's
really?
Just sci-fi and seinen, whatever. I've never known what that means.
We could probably look it up right now.
I could.
Otherwise, we're just we are wannabe. So
yeah. I've looked it up before, but I never really understood. Oh, so it's anime targeted towards young adult men.
Oh, well, that says a lot about it.
But what about shoujo? Is that just
shoujo is girls?
It's 20. It's the demographic is 20 to 50.
Oh, so 8.
So it's older. So adult men.
So it's us. It's us.
Yeah.
We're essentially at like the front end of that.
So
age
that
range.
means it'll be even more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm definitely looking forward to that. We were joking about this next one called Alice Syscon Nissan to what a bunch of other bullshit. Which is essentially these two girls named Alice and their Syscon as older brother. Mm. And we were saying how that's going to be the new cancer of this season.
Like it's like good. Well,
No,
I was about to
there is no good cancer. Jamal,
I was about
no,
to
there's
be
not.
I was about to be really insensitive right there.
What were you gonna say?
No, because like you're right. There's no such thing as good cancer. Like why even approach it like that? Like is there really? That's not something to be discussed about. Like there is no good cancer.
No.
Like it's that or not at all.
You're right, and I mean, I guess it's taking the torch from what is it? The last one was Aramanga Sensei that pulled this shit.
Well, I mean, if we're going to go real reasons, that Shogi one.
Oh yeah, and there was also that one where the main character likes the idea of little sisters, but he doesn't have one.
Oh yeah.
Where he's
well,
he's a mangaka or
no, he's a writer. He's actually
writer.
He writes light novels.
God, I don't.
Well, doesn't have a sister, quote unquote.
Yeah, quote unquote. But his trap. Would you call it a trap?
It's not even a trap. Well,
It's not a trap, but it's a trap.
it's still yeah.
It's a untrap. A reverse trap. No. I don't know what would you call it. Tell us what you would call that. I mean, I guess you could just say she's a girl, but
Yeah.
she's pretending to be a guy.
Also, by the way, don't take into offense about the whole trap demographic because recently traps are the idea of a trap has become some sort of derogatory concept.
Right. I certainly understand. It is insensitive, but like it holds a certain holds a certain idea in anime.
Yeah, it's a culture.
It's a culture at this point.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not going to take away from you saying that, oh, well, to us it's not offensive, so you shouldn't be offended. I'm not going to say that. I mean, you just have to understand, like, there's no way to put this without
trying to criticize
people.
Like, we're not about to. We don't want to get too political.
Like, I can't. I'm not politically savvy enough to go through here, but
yeah,
in anime, the trap is a guy that looks like a girl,
and that's that.
That's it.
Like, there's nothing else in between the lines about it.
It's just just generally the things that center around that. That's all. It's not trying to do anything else.
Okay. Yep. Exactly. But in this case, it would be trap with a question mark.
Right. There you go.
Because it's questionable, but it's still a trap.
Yes.
For that specific character.
Yeah, I think that's generally else. Otherwise, you get into the real. I never want to say generic, but like you get into all the. Sorry, that was my phone. You're getting into all this other stuff that I have no idea what it is.
I will point out some that I am, vaguely familiar with. There's two here. One of them is, if you just go down just a little bit, it's the Akikun to Kanojo.
Okay.
Essentially, the main characters in this one is you got a couple here, boyfriend and girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Main character, the boyfriend. He's a tsundere, so he acts all cold and harsh towards his girlfriend, and his girlfriend is more aloof, kind of really laid back and relaxed, and really loves her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But in actuality, the boyfriend is actually overly superly lovey-dovey internally and loves her girlfriend to heart, and would sometimes have a tendency to stalk her and have stalkerish tendencies in general. But she's also oblivious to all of that, and actually finds his stalkerish behavior cute because she doesn't really think too much of it.
Aww.
So it's a pretty cute series you'd probably want to get into.
Aww. I'm definitely gonna watch that.
And then right below that one, it's the Hisone to Masu Tan.
What the fuck?
This is a military anime, where it's cute girls doing cute things, but in this case it's these girls and I think a guy right there or something. But it's these characters that are training to be pilots of like dragon half-breed plane things. They're pilots to be
What?
They're training to be dragon pilots that have armor, shit like that.
What? All right.
Like that thing you see in the bag right there, that's a dragon.
All right. You're right.
So it's a military anime that revolves around the training of these characters so that they can become pilots.
Cute people doing cute things on cute planes.
Yeah, I mean even that dragon looks adorable.
It's pretty cute.
So
it's by Bones.
Bones have been doing a lot of good things lately.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for that because they, obviously they have a front runner for this season.
Oh, another thing, I guess. This is just for me personally because I'm trash. Gundam Build Divers. The new Gundam Build Gundam series that majority of people don't like. Except this is a little bit different from your usual Build Gundam series, where this time they're going back to the old like, what is it? Was it Build Gundam? Like, not Gundam's Build Fighters, but like a Build Gundam, like back in the original one from like the early 2000s, where in this case it's a virtual world, and you yourself, your character model is based on Gunpla that you build, and then you fight other players in that virtual world.
It's Gundam Art Online.
There we go. Gundam Art Online.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is.
All right.
So.
All right, I feel that.
I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it. I am a fan of the Build Fighter series for those who are hardcore Gundam fans that don't like it. But I'm also an avid collector of the models, and I'm also a fan of the original Universal Century timeline and the good old classes from there. G Gundam. Okay. I'm scaring all of our. All right, so I'm sorry. My fucking weeb is showing.
No, I don't want to shit on anyone that likes just the giant robot genre in general, because like it essentially, I don't want to say it. Yeah, it essentially started anime.
It's one of those founding pillars. That held that foundation. And
unfortunately, it's essentially been all but fallen over.
Yeah, it's on its last few legs, just because robots and mechs aren't really as popular, or not many people are really looking forward to just robot stuff in general.
Right, but
it's always nice to see things come back. Like, for example, the whole Full Metal Panic thing. Like,
right.
Like, even if it's not solely based around the whole mech thing, that's still got enough to get a green light for that series, which is nice. But there's still the recognition, which is always good to know.
Right, and honestly, that was a surprise that Full Metal Panic came back.
Exactly. Like even just the announcement enough was already surprising.
Right.
That's about it, though. There's not too much I'm too familiar with to talk about.
There's a few well-known ones. There's like Lupin the Third's getting part 5 of something that's 24 episodes. Jesus Christ. There's a new magical like standard. There's 2 new standard magical girl animes that you perverts will be into. One Piece is continuing
as usual.
Darling and Franxx keep continuing. Black Clover hasn't been canceled yet. Boruto's going on.
Yeah, Beatless still going on.
Beatless, 7 Deadly Sins, Grand Crest Senki, and a bunch of other stuff that I don't know about. Yu-Gi-Oh! V-Reigns, whatever the hell that is.
It's actually 5. It's supposed to be the Roman numeral 5.
What?
Yeah.
5? Shut. Stupid.
No, I'm being serious.
I know you are, and I hate it.
I mean, it's Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is gonna go on until people stop buying the cards, which won't happen.
Yeah. So that's the new lineup for the 2018 spring season of anime. Yeah. You can either take our recommendations or don't, but we want to talk about something else we want to talk about the one specific series that's also going to be continuing past this.
Right.
And Jerron just mentioned it's going to be Darling the Franxx.
Darling in the Franax. It's someone tried to convince me is how it's pronounced.
So, Jerron, I don't know if you've been watching. Have you watched any of the openings recently, or do you watch any of the openings?
It's the same opening throughout. And you mentioned.
No, they changed something.
They changed something?
They changed something in the recent episode.
Oh shit! Well, this was the one episode where I paid full attention. I didn't.
Just the opening though.
All right.
In the opening, you know how there's the partner shuffle?
Yeah.
They actually switched the partners in the opening too, and the it's so subtle, but the way it looks, because in the way the new setup is, you got Kokoro, right? Kokoro is doing her thing, and then you have Mitsuru. Now, if you ever notice, Kokoro is actually looking to her left, and then Mitsuru is looking to his right. in this new opening, they're both looking at each other, so it's almost like it's complete. It almost like this partnership. It's almost like this is like a true partnership. You know.
Not a fan.
That's the one thing they changed, which because I always listen to the opening every episode because I love the opening, and when I saw that, I was like, hold up, did they actually change the partners and all of that? Because like for delphinium and delphinium and all that,
Delphinium
and chlorofium.
Weird names for robots.
Exactly, but they did go along and change the opening, so this is gonna be a permanent thing. I mean, we're all still upset about what happened in episode 11, and it carries over more so to this episode.
You know how much of a bigger person Futoshi was
in this last episode?
Literally the last episode. You would think he'd be still, like, super duper heartbroken. He'd be pissed off. No. When, like, you thought everything was going to be awkward. No. Futoshi was like, nah, son, we're going to treat this real cool. Like,
yeah, exactly. When she bumped into him.
She bumped into him and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, Futoshi. And, like, you thought, like, there was a moment of silence for, like, the viewers to be like, oh, shit, it's going to go down. But it was like, he's like, no. He's like, no, it's okay. It's great. We're gonna do great. We're cool. I'm like,
if anything, I'll move aside for you. Like,
exactly.
He's still his bread-loving self.
Right. He's such a great fucking dude. Fuck everyone that said he's creepy. Literally, I don't want to say go die, but go
back in a corner.
Go theoretically die.
Oh, theoretically.
Figuratively. There we go.
Figuratively.
How do you figuratively die?
Let's not get into that. that deals with lots of different theories and all that. But this last episode, Futoshi he's the man. That's always gonna be.
He's the fucking bomb diggity.
Like, if anything, him and Goro are the bros. They're the bros.
Them boys.
It's them boys that's gone through shit and hold up on their own.
Exactly. They're the cuck squad.
Oh. Is that including Ichigo or nah?
I guess she's technically part of the cuck squad. Man.
Oh, dear Lord.
But
so we want to talk about the future of the series because this recent episode just came out and
we got
essentially
a bit
bit of a review, right?
Reveal, yeah.
No,
I mean, like, we kind of figured.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people already speculating, you know, a lot of things, and a lot of it's pretty accurate, and from what they've given us, it's a lot. It's enough to start putting things together.
Right. So and I'm kind of sorry that this has become like the partially the Darling and the Franks podcast, but it's just like it's an anime that it's just.
And not at all
really enjoy.
And not at all that if we are favoriting Trigger and all that. It's just
well, I am.
Oh, that's Jiran. That's the way I'm here. If I'm not here, that's gonna be the fucking.
We're just gonna talk about
the Trigger podcast, exactly. The Trigger cast, and all that. But it's a series that Jiran and I have both gotten heavily invested in, and it's also shown enough response to where we've been emotionally invested in it as well.
So this episode, not gonna go into too many details. We got some looks into the garden again. Mm-hmm. They weren't supposed to go and look, but
no one really stopped them.
No
one cared except Nana. There we go.
But you know that in itself gets some insights into what's going on. We learned a few things about the new kids that are gonna become parasites. And actually, the preview for the next episode, we saw 02's true form, which, if you go back to the first episode, the very first scene, now you get that connection.
Mm-hmm. Like who that red girl is with the horns. Red girl is.
Well, I mean, it's a preview, so it's not much. Is it a spoiler? Since
not really. If they put it out there, then it's everyone's bound to see it.
Right. Well, she's this cute little tomato red little dumpling. Oh,
it's like a dumpling with horns.
Dumpling with horns, and it makes me so happy. Oh, she's so cute.
All right, John, your weeb is showing.
Oh, it's great. I'm sorry. Again, like I said, I really like Monster Girls. For whatever reason, they're just cuter. They're just... because it's so different, it's even cuter.
Yep, you get your Dino waifu.
You don't...
Because
Yeah.
they're Classosaurs. Like, the internet has been calling her Dino waifu. Or
Dino waifu, yeah.
because she's got Classosaur blood, so half Dino.
Though, to be honest, she's more like a red Oni.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to do the red and blue Oni kind of deal.
So doesn't the blue one sacrifice himself? Or no,
Essentially.
or the red one does?
The blue one does.
Okay, blue one does in the story.
So the way... I'm pretty sure we talked about this very...
theory?
I don't know if it was a theory. We were talking about something else. But
it wasn't in the podcast, was it? It was just...
No, it was in the podcast.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, but the story, again, goes... the Red Oni, which is a demon, essentially, wanted to be friends with the village people, but the village people were scared of him. So the Blue Oni said, hey, I'm going to go fuck up this village. You come stop me so that they celebrate you as a hero, and then I'll go disappear somewhere.
Yeah. Even
though the Blue and Red Oni were best friends.
Yeah.
The Blue was willing to sacrifice himself for his happiness.
Yeah. They use the story a lot for a lot of series when it comes to character development and all that.
What is it? So we see that, because of the preview, we see that she's like fucking, like I said, tomato red. Mm-hmm. So she obviously being represented as the Red Oni, and we're thinking that Hero's going to turn into the Blue Oni.
Yeah, because I mean, it only makes sense in context to the original story and all that.
And there's a pretty big hint that something's going down in the episode. I don't want to spoil it. Mm-hmm. But
and also like the normal Clascosaurs are blue in general, and she's the only kind of Clascosaur hybrid with red accents. So it would make sense if, let's say, because it would make sense to say that if for some reason Hero started to grow horns, it wouldn't be surprising if they were blue,
right?
Because that's how that will work out.
Mm-hmm. Or there's some maybe if it's not specifically him, then maybe the Calaxosaurs are playing the Blue Oni part,
right?
Somehow, some way. I don't know.
Right. That's getting really deep into it.
That's getting pretty deep, and I really can't connect that to anything. Mm-hmm. Like it'd be interesting if you figure out somehow they're sacrificing something. Yeah. But yeah, this episode definitely revealed, gave us a lot more to theorize on.
Yeah, a good chunk.
Really big chunk, and as we expected. I mean, it wasn't exactly what we thought it was going to be, but
it was a good amount of information brought up, especially at the halfway point for the series, which is amazing, right? We're already halfway through the series.
I'm gonna be sad when it ends.
Yeah, but don't worry, Trigger's doing another mech anime.
Of course, I mean, Trigger's not gonna stop. They can't stop.
No,
at this point in time,
they're gonna keep pulling that trigger.
Exactly.
Pulling series out, going boom, boom, boom. You want more? You like Trigger?
Please. All right, let's put the B movie down.
All right,
we're done with that. That was a. I mean, this sidebar, just real quick. You watch that movie when you're younger and like, yeah, this is great, bees, honey, whatever. You watch it again when you're older and you're like, God damn, this movie's fucking like, it's weird.
Yeah,
that's a weird one. Like, it's it's horrible, but actually, okay, it's not that bad for a kids movie.
Yeah,
but like,
it's not Shrek. You heard it here first on the Wannabe Boo podcast.
That's right.
But going back to everything else, I mean, we're just excited for what's going to happen in Darling the Franxx. Mm-hmm. The only thing we can do now is just wait for shit to go down.
Right.
And possibly some deaths.
I'm pretty sure some people are going to die.
Probably, yeah. At this point, the only thing that can upset me now is if Futoshi died in a terrible way.
Yeah, I don't want... No, really, Mitsuru or... Kokoro could die. I don't like I said before, wouldn't bat too much of an eye.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, unfortunately, I still have a soft spot for her because she is cute. It's just there's shittiness behind that cuteness. Under all those flowers is just big turd.
So as always, guys, I want to thank you guys for listening. And this is our 10th episode for this podcast. It's amazing. We've been doing this for 10 weeks straight, and we only plan to keep doing 10 more after that, and 10 more after that, and keep on going. A few things we want to talk about, where we want to go with this. There's not much we could do really to celebrate our 10th podcast.
Yeah, because I mean, we don't have any. Well, I mean, we have money because we work, but like nothing like.
We can't do anything too extreme. I don't know what we. I mean, I suggested reading some hentai, but you know.
I mean, we're doing our best to stay relatively family friendly. Relatively.
We're considered explicit on both iTunes and or Stitcher.
Right. And
we are an 18 and above podcast. That's technically, true. But anyone can listen to it.
Right. I mean, I don't have that much of a problem with it personally. It's just like because of the environment of
the subject matter.
It'd be less viewers.
Oh well, I don't know. It's more of whether they want to listen to us or not.
That's a good point.
You know, I mean, I am personally would be glad to welcome anyone that's remotely interested in our podcast and overall our community. Really,
yeah, true.
If you're from the community, hell, we welcome you into this garden of tomfoolery.
Garden of bullshit.
that's true. But. If you also noticed, I didn't mention it in the beginning because we have to get things rolling, but we have a new audio setup, and if it sounds much cleaner and much more professional, it's because it is. We've gotten ourselves some new equipment. It sounds a little more professional. Get ourselves some real podcasting feels and sounds.
Now we're legit.
Now we're legit losers.
You're right. Legit losers with 2 microphones now instead of 1.
Exactly.
Dun dun dun.
So now we can even spout our opinions in high quality HD.
HD recording. I'm sorry.
You're way too close. Now you just probably like spat in someone's ear.
Well,
or
see,
ears.
that's shit. That's what the little mesh,
the pop
filters for. It's so that they don't get all the spit.
Yeah, that's true. That's like I have my little fuzzy boy right here.
Yeah, exactly. See, it all works out.
So as far as plans go, what do you think, Jerome? What do you want to see as 10 podcasts from now? 10 weeks from now?
10 weeks from now, sitting here in your house,
probably
just recording another episode. But no, I would like to have more interaction with any of our listeners, because I feel like that's what makes our community, because it's essentially people just yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And again, we are fully open to debate over certain things. We're fine with memeing and whatnot, but let's not turn this into a cesspool.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's already questionable as it is, this whole community.
Right.
Let's not make it even more so.
Right. But in all honesty, really would like to be able to converse with any of our listeners. We're planning on getting a few more guests, which are essentially going to be our personal friends.
Yeah, I mean, we already had our first guest, Matthias, with our biggest hentai plug.
Yeah, exactly.
There's that. We're going to bring in more people as time goes on.
Mm-hmm. And if we do get more Patreon supporters, we'll be able to go to cons, do podcasts there, interview people there. Hell, even if we do get popular enough, we could interview other anime YouTube or podcasts, wherever would they be celebrities? I guess they're celebrities.
I guess so.
Or faces.
Creators.
Creators. There we go.
I mean, we're essentially creators too, but
yeah,
like we plan to do more, and we in order for us to be able to do more, we want to be able to get your support, and as we welcome anything from you guys.
Right.
I mean, essentially, you guys, the listeners, are what make us.
Right. Exactly.
I want to be a podcaster, and I mean, don't just feel free. Just be. We encourage you to like speak out or tweet at us or give us any kind of like message of some sort on YouTube or a comment down below, or even just like a straight like like even like a straight email or something. Oh, I don't know about email, but if we have, you can contact us on like on Twitter.
You can
and
get
all that.
to us.
Patreon also has its own little comment system, and you know, as always, we're always listening, and I'm always sure that someone's listening. One of you guys are listening.
Someone's downloaded our stuff. Someone's there. You're hearing
there.
us. You're hearing this.
So we encourage you to comment, rant. I don't know, anything really in between, and that's the only thing I can really say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from here on out, I mean, just to 10 more, right?
To 10 more, to fucking 100 more.
Right, exactly. To 10 more and beyond,
right.
in this case.
Exactly. Because
I love doing this, and, you know, I mean, I'm even, my whole thing with the start even holds up until today. I'm been having fun with this, and I want to keep having fun with this, and I wanna make some new friends on the internet.
Yeah,
Such a dangerous thing to say.
Let's make some more internet friends. Yeah, exactly.
Let's build up this community and just weeb out together.
Exactly.
And
hell, if you pay the $10,000, you might make a personal friend.
I mean, you might as we'll probably come to you directly.
Exactly.
So, yeah, we don't encourage it, but hell, if you like us that much, shit, then we will come to you in full force.
Exactly.
But as always, guys, my name is Jamal Socorro.
My name is Duran Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, giving you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for life. Good night, guys.
And we'll talk to you later.